All right, folks, it's that time once again for your AEW podcast of the week that hopefully won't get cursed by Danhausen again. I don't know what happened last week, but you know what, Lionel? Just let them know what they in for this week.
I see myself uploading, so we should be good. Welcome to this. I don't even. I was gonna say something crazy. Let me not do that. Welcome to the who knows where all those WWE signees are gonna go episode of Off the Top Rope.
Oh my goodness. So we had, so, of course, we're going to talk a little bit about that. A little bit about, where those people that just got let go from WWE, where they're going to land, where they're going to go. Well, some of the notable ones, right?
Oh yeah, Proffitt, do you want to do your shout out that you did at the last episode that we couldn't post?
Oh, yeah. So, before we get started, I want to thank you guys once again for continuing to watch the podcast and or listen to the podcast, and to people that came back after we finally got back and got a new episode up. Shout out to Miss Hedgepig. Shout out to Jason T. Edwards. Thank you guys for coming back. Leave some good comments, and hopefully you just continue to rock with us and continue to listen to this great AEW podcast. Thank you very much, guys.
Yeah, thank you so much. We had an episode last week. My audio just did not. I'm gonna keep on talking about it because it made me really angry. My audio didn't upload.
Yeah.
We had a barn burner of an episode, and I know people are gonna say that we don't hear it, so of course you're gonna say it was a really good episode. We went in on so much stuff last week, bro.
Yeah. We went in on so much stuff that the wrestling gods just struck it down. They struck down half the audio, so you'd never be able to hear it.
Yeah, you're never gonna know. We'll probably touch on little bits here and there of what we were talking about.
Yeah,
for sure. But yeah, it's just not great.
Yeah, it rip that small piece of audio is like 50 minutes of a world championship topic.
Lord have mercy. We went in on Darby, bro. Oh my god.
Yep.
And low key,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of proved us wrong, at least for week one.
For week one, yeah, totally proved us wrong for week one. But he also proved us right at the same time.
That is true.
He said something that proved us right.
Oh, we're gonna talk about when we get to that Dynamite, that 15 minutes of fame part. Oh, we will talk about it.
Yep.
Also, we have to talk about him talking about like the title corrupting, because he might have a point there, but we will get there when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that Proffitt talked about earlier, that he touched on, that we need to talk about. It's that time of the year. WWE had WrestleMania, so what that means, at least for the last few years, is that we are getting releases afterwards.
Yes. And, notable ones, we have Kairi Sane, or where she goes, I think it's Kairi Sane either way, which is mind-boggling because she's literally in the middle of a storyline. Not anymore. She for the second time she was in the middle of a storyline. They just booted her.
Yeah, was she on TV like every week?
She's been on TV every week for the past year.
Yeah, I don't. Okay.
Booted.
I saw people. There's We Want Kyrie hashtag going on right now on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
I saw. And I just want to say, as someone who is not a fan of WWE, I fully understand not wanting to watch a product because of the people that you want. But if Kyrie chooses to wrestle somewhere else, this whole thing, that the We Want Kyrie thing, is going to look very bad. Just like the who was the last year? Scarlett and what's his name?
Oh, Karrion Kross.
Karrion Kross. Yeah, y'all did that for like a week, right? And then that went away. So the same thing's probably gonna happen here. Like, y'all not gonna get an R-Truth thing coming back. And what has he done since he's been back?
Oh, he's Black John Cena now.
Yeah,
What he is.
congratulations.
congrats. You're doing the 5 moves of doom and dressing up like John Cena, acting like John Cena, and well, actually, yeah, I'm not going to touch on that part, but like I could say what he's acting like, but I ain't gonna say it.
Yeah, we won't do that here. I fully understand. He was making some comments this week too online.
Yeah.
That go alongside what you were talking about, but yeah, we will avoid saying the C word here.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, some of the other ones was, believe it or not, a guy that wanted out of AEW so bad, burning bridges, didn't want to take pins. Malachi Black or Aleister Black, whichever version of the asshole you want to talk about, and they kicked his wife out too. They kicked him and his wife out.
Zelina got on Twitch and got mad at Sean Ross Sapp for saying the news.
Yeah.
She also said that she is a big fan and she wants to wrestle. What she said, Sama something from Marigold. When she meant Saya Kamitami. I don't know. A lot of people like to use the word LARPer now when it comes to like anime and fandom stuff like that. Zelina really seemed like a LARPer. She was a very big fan of someone that she thought that was in Marigold that has actively been in Stardom.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you really want to get into Aleister? Because we can lay into Aleister.
I mean, this is the guy that didn't want. He was doing the Miro thing. He didn't want to take pin. He didn't want to do anything. He wanted out so bad. He wanted to get back into WWE. And they had his ass less than a year and pretty much thought he wasn't worth it. Right? Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Miro's still there. They kept Miro. They let his ass go. They kept Ray Phoenix, who, he's the jobber of the stars now.
Yeah.
But Malachi Black, man. So where are you going to go now? You only got a few options. He's probably going to show up in TNA.
If American base is the only place he can go that's on TV.
Yeah.
Like, he ain't going back to AEW. Like, that's not a thing that can happen. I'm guessing he's going to choose to keep wrestling. No. Like, Sean Dean and MJF went on Twitter immediately. We're like, no. So, yeah, that's a bridge super. Also, he lost more in a year in WWE than he did in 3 years in AEW.
Yeah. Oh, shit. He lost more in the first 6 months of... Well, not even first 6 months. First, 2 or 3 months in WWE than he did in AEW his whole time.
This shit is wild. Like, I will always be pro-choice when it comes to wrestlers. Wrestlers should be able to work wherever they want to work, right? Like, that is a thing, right? If find your way to get into whatever company you want, that is totally fine. Work your way to get there, right?
Yeah.
But, bro, you burn that AEW bridge so bad that I have never seen the roster do what they're doing right now. Never.
Like, fuck this guy, pretty much.
They're like, I saw MJF like hyping up Joe Gacy. We'll talk about more about people, right? We saw people like talking about the Mostly Machine Guns getting hyped up, Kaylee Ray, Abba Fire getting hyped up. But the second that Malachi comes up and people are like, oh yeah, reform the House of Black, you have actual talent in AEW saying like, no, we're good.
They're like, nah, dog.
You know how bad you have had to have been back there to where they won't give you a chance?
Yeah. Well, it's just that, brings to light a little more true. Brings to light a few more things that people didn't think was true, but it is actually true, right?
Yeah.
They talked about the cancer in the locker room. It wasn't just Punk, right? He was one of them, but you had Miro, you had Malachi, and then later on Ray Phoenix. you had those were the cancers.
Yeah. You can tell AEW's been a lot better without having those people there, right? People who actually want to be there. You can see it. You can see it in the product. You can see how much better everything is now because people are more willing to do their jobs.
So yeah. And plus, we got the way better version of the House of Black. It's called the Triangle of Madness.
Yeah, and they don't mind losing. One of them's world champion. They don't mind losing.
Yep. But yeah, man, like, yeah, I don't know what's in the cards for him. He's either going TNA or he's going to like MLW. He's gonna be cruising the Indies for quite a bit.
Yeah, you don't have no choice.
He ain't got no.
Unless WWE finally brings a way to bring him back, he ain't not going to be on like any major TV station at least.
No, he's gonna be if they bring him back. I guarantee he'll be on NXT. That's it. He ain't going past that.
Yeah. Who else you want to talk about from this list?
Let's see. There was they let go. They pretty much let go all the White Six.
Which
Actually,
is crazy.
yeah, that's nuts.
Like that was a tribute to Bray Wyatt, and you just threw them all out, like all of them.
Like they didn't.
You got your money, you dipped. That's gross.
They didn't really. From what I saw, they didn't even really give those guys a chance. They appeared a few weeks. They had the aura. They had all that stuff, and then just true WWE fashion, they just never used them. Just had them sitting in the back, and it's like, I don't know. I think there's some good good people in that group. Nikki Cross being one of them. Joe Gacy, as weird as that dude is.
MJF was bigging him up on Twitter already. So,
Bo Dallas, drop the. He doesn't even have to do the whole Bray Wyatt act. He could do the Bo Dallas NXT act, and he would be fine. Where he was basically, I don't know, he was kind of like Mr. Perfect in a way.
Yeah.
Just like, but even more of an asshole and more hateable, right? Because of that cracky voice he has, that Bo Leave thing that he had going on, which I thought was the greatest thing ever. He'd win and then he'd take victory raps around the fucking ring. Yeah, he let him like completely heal it up over there in AEW. There's other wrestlers that are on that list, but like the main ones was Kyrie, Aleister Black, Zelina Vega, the whole White Six, and I think there was like a bunch of NXT talent too. So
Motor City Machine Guns.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about the Motor City Machine Guns. So did WWE, ha! But they bigged those guys up for about 2 months, gave them the title, made them drop it immediately to, what was it? Was it Solo and somebody? No, it was one of the related bloodline. One of those guys.
Oh God.
Wait a minute. Hold on. You know what? Keep going with yours. I'm gonna look this up real quick.
I have the list if you want me to read out the list.
Yeah, read out the list.
All right, here's the full list of releases from this week. Alba Fire, Aleister Black, Andre Chase, Apollo Crews, Bo Dallas, Chris Island, Dante Chen, Dexter Loomis, Eric Rowan, Joe Gacy, Kairi Sane, Luca Cristofano. I don't know who that is. I don't know who most of these people are, to be honest. Malik Blade, Motor City Machine Guns, Shelly and Sabin, Nikki Cross, Santos Escobar, Sierra Linton, Trill London, Tyra May Steele, Tyreek Igawe, I don't know, Tyson DuPont, Zelina Vega, Zoe Stark. That's the list.
That one guy, what's his name, Chin?
Oh, Dante Chen.
Yeah. If you guys go back for a long time, a while ago, I talked bad about that guy, really. I talked really bad about that guy when he was in, when they wrestled, he went to TNA, because they had NXT talent go over to TNA, and he wrestled, I think it was in the X Division tournament thing, and that dude just looked so out of place. He was like WWE made, which, him getting released is actually kind of like, oh boy.
I feel like a lot of people from like LFG and NXT, if they weren't already wrestlers, they're probably just gonna go back to doing whatever they were doing before. To be completely honest, I'm not fully sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was actually funny enough. I think that was like the last TNA episode that we reviewed.
Yep, it was.
That was it.
You guys could go back in the archives and look at that at that episode.
I'll link it in here somewhere. It'll be on the screen somewhere. It'll be funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's yeah, WWE did these releases. My thoughts personally is first off, I never want to see people get let go. Right? Like you never want to see that. First off, like obviously. I feel like that's an obvious thing to say. And I feel like we have to say it because that's the world that we live in now, right? You have to say the obvious. My stance before was like, people are gonna go where they're gonna go, and whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Some of these people may be hired in AEW. Some people might go back to NXT. Some people might go to TNA. There's only one thing that I will say with certainty.
Yeah.
Malachi Black and Zelina Vega are not going to be on AEW TV.
Oh, hell no.
That's the one certainty that I'm going to say. That's the one thing that I can fully put my chest out on. That though, I do not want to see either of them on AEW TV.
Yeah.
And the wrestlers don't either, and we should be in a good place where they are not going to get hired by that company.
Yeah. Okay, so they lost to DIY after 42 days. They didn't even hold the title that long.
Half of DIY is doing his best work right now in AEW since
NXT
Black and Gold.
Yep. The other one is just like, laying face down, just dead half the time on all matches. Because that's his new gimmick.
I know we don't do this anymore, Proffitt. And I'm not gonna sit here for long.
Okay, go for it.
Do they don't be telling stories over there no more, huh? That's what they do over there now?
Man, look, they don't.
That's the gimmick?
That's the gimmick. He just gets his ass kicked and lays face down. That's it. That's it. That's the thing.
Biggest wrestling company on the planet.
So, like, anytime you see Gargano, just face down. Shit, he does it even on his Instagram and Facebook and all that other shit. The thing you see there is the thing you see in what he does in WWE.
There's so much other wrestling to watch. Y'all wasting your time on shit like this, bro. I can watch anything else. There's a ton of other wrestling that you can watch. I'm not even saying watch AEW. You can watch literally anything else.
You can watch literally anything. Look, you don't want to watch AEW, you want to watch a American Pro Wrestling Company, watch MLW. What are you doing?
Yeah.
MLW's got some good shit.
Anyway, we'll move off from that podcast. I don't want to talk about that too much. That's
they got a good 20 minutes off of us.
Yeah, that's it. Is there any other news before we get into the shows? That's probably it, huh?
Yeah, that's it. That's the biggest news. Yeah.
All right, then. I think because I feel like this Dynamite we're going to be talking, so I think it's time to get into this AEW Dynamite review.
All right, let's get into Dynamite, man. Because look, man, like this week's Dynamite was it was a banger, man. It was good from top to bottom.
Yeah.
So we start out with, of course, MJF being pissed off, and you know what? All the things he said, he is correct. He didn't really get that much time to prepare for the match. Darby pretty much called his shit right there. He was beaten up. He got way more beat up than Darby did than the night before. He kind of kicked Darby in the nuts first, and then Darby retaliated and did it to him. He that's the only point that he has that's kind of like it kind of falls off. It's kind of, but he's that guy. He has to he has to talk about it. And he's demanding he gets a title shot again. And he did bring up a point. He's like, hey, if I was 100%, do you guys actually think Darby Allin could beat me? And, history shows when MJF's at 100%, Darby Allin pretty much doesn't have a chance. That's a fact. We're pretty much building to MJF going to be at 100% again. And Darby is going to be on... Well, we'll talk about it later, but Darby looks like he's going to be on the flip side and not be at 100% when he fights MJF. But as he is talking, he gets interrupted by the Jet, Kevin Knight. And, hey, Kevin Knight talks his shit, shows his title, and MJF is pretty much like, hey, I kind of want that title now. Which I'm like, oh boy. We might have a problem here. And, Kevin Knight's like, hey, I'm a fighting champion. Let's do this shit right now. MJF calls for a ref. Ref runs into the ring. And, he holds up, the ref holds up the TNT title. MJF rolls out of the ring. He's like, nah, I'll fight you next week. And MJF just leaves. And, yeah, man, that was like, I kind of paraphrased, most of it, but that was pretty much the whole first segment, And right after this, Jericho, we had Jericho in the back, and, the band is like, hey, the band made a good point. He's like, hey, ain't nobody here likes you. Right? Who are you going to find? What two idiots are you going to find to fight us? And Jericho goes, you know what? Hey, I'll find somebody. He's like, all I really have to do is find two people that don't like you. Which, Jericho's got a point there.
Very true.
They don't have to necessarily like him. They just don't have to like the enemy of my enemy type deal. Or, we'll find out later, it could just be a neutral party that likes to hurt people. But yeah, what did you think of those first two segments, man?
Man, that MJF segment I thought that was a really good segment.
Yeah.
I think what was nice too is that MJF had his gear on too. Like he normally comes out with the suit, right? He had gear, so they were like, oh, MJF might be wrestling, right? Because he only really wears his gear when he wrestles.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting. Like, is MJF? He has I don't like making this, but MJF is like he's like Batman, right? Mm-hmm. Like when he's prepared, and by prepared I mean when he's ready to have all of his cheating ways ready to go, and he has like everything planned out. He's almost unbeatable, right?
Right.
Like you're not going to be able to. You can't beat him straight up because he's always going to find a way to cheat his way out. Like always, whenever he is at his disadvantage, like with Brody King, Brody squashed him. Darby squashed him, right?
Right.
So whenever he's at like a disadvantage, that's it. Like there's nothing he can do. Right. So it's going to be scary if he goes back after the world title. Mm-hmm. What's also scary is the fact that he's going to be wrestling Kevin Knight.
Yes, that's the scary part because we'll talk about it at what happens at the end of the night. Part of the promo that Darby Allin. One part of the promo that Darby Allin said, it makes me go, oh, shit. We're going here, aren't we?
Yeah, that's a concern, right? So, on one side, I'm not going to talk about the Jericho thing, so I'm just going to stick on this. On one hand, I think it's really good for the TNT title to have, like, top stars going after it. Mm-hmm. It's been a long time since we've had this, right?
Right.
MJF wanting to go for the TNT title makes the TNT title feel more important. It does. Right. As much as I'm not a fan of MJF, mm-hmm. that makes the title feel more important. That you have like someone who was just world champion, who is actively campaigning to try to be world champion again, want to go after the TNT title. Mm-hmm. On the other hand, Kevin Knight should not be losing that title right away.
But, play devil's advocate. On the other hand, the TNT title is the title that's even Tony Khan said has the chance to get hot shot the most.
Yeah, that's also very true. We don't have to hot shot the MJF.
No, we don't. But there's always that possibility because it is an open challenge title, so anything can happen.
Mm-hmm. This is Kevin Knight's chance to have that signature win in AEW.
Yeah.
Right? Like you beating MJF, like people don't talk about it as much, but Shawn Dean beat MJF twice. As much as he's not on AEW TV anymore, he's doing great things in Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
So you having a signature win like this against MJF for a title, that can catapult you to where you want to be, right? Like we're projecting Kevin Knight to be, well, not we. I'm projecting for Kevin Knight to be world champion before the end of 2028. Like, so
No,
in the next 2 years, he's gonna be world champion.
that's fair.
So you need this kind of signature win, your signature solo win, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
he looks great in a team, he looks great in a trio. Now is the time. You want him to look like a guy who can go after the world title. Have him beat MJF straight up next week. Also, again, I'm scared. I'm just scared.
There's a scary part to this. I was like, when I first heard it, I was like, something's up.
If they would have had the match on Dynamite, I would have been fine. But having to wait a week, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, they have to wait a week, and and then there's something else that was set up at the end of the night. But here's one thing I want to talk about. After they confirmed that they're having the match next week, MJF has his normal, MJF graphic or whatever, right? Kevin Knight's graphic looks like it came straight out of, what is it? Like a WWE 2K game.
It really does. It looked weird.
It looked super fucking weird, man. I was like, hold on. Why'd you guys give Kevin Knight the WWE 2K graphic?
Like, I think they changed it now. But the one that was on the show, it looked like he wasn't actually holding the TNT title. It looked like, it did look like one of those, like, generic things. Where it was just like, a picture, and they just put the TNT title over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
They ended up fixing that. But it was weird that was a thing that happened.
Yeah, man. I was like, oh, that's weird. All right. Oh, man. But next up, we had Brody King versus Blackheart Leo Rush. This was a fun match, man. Blackheart Leo Rush he is a whole different animal. I want to see him go on a tear. He just been fighting like all these giant dudes though lately. Actually, like Pac looks like 2 times his size.
Yeah,
right?
Pac is huge.
Pac is a big dude, man. But yeah, I want to see Leo Rush just go on a little run as Blackheart, and he doesn't necessarily have to capture a title, but I want to see him be so much of a threat that everybody is just like, pretty much when he hits the ring, everybody's like, oh shit. They're like terrified of him. Like Pac was terrified. And so was Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia was trying to throw holy water at him.
It was so hilarious on that collision.
Brody King, the thing was, Brody King was not going to be scared of Leo Rush. Of Blackheart Leo Rush. They were kind of alluding to it earlier. They're like, yeah, they kind of dabbled in the arcane and the dark arts back in the day. And I was like, uh-oh. But Leo Rush did get his licks in. He fucked Brody King's arm up, which, I'm like, oh, the injured Brody King. There's something to this, right? When he threw him, he hit his arm on the turnpost, and he's like, oh, my arm and shit like that. Eventually, he beats Leo Rush with the Gonzo bomb. After that, he takes the mic, and then he's like, hey, Ciampa has a chance to win tonight, and if he wins, he's going to see me. And Darby Allin, he's like, hey, I'm proud of you, Darby, but I'm going to bring that violence. And you also going to see me if you win. Pretty much, whoever wins, they're going to be seeing Brody King.
Uh-oh.
But a hurt Brody King, he ain't 100%.
AEW's been really good about doing that lately. Like, I know AEW has always done this, but it's been like more in people's faces now, where people, I guess because of Ospreay, but we'll get to Ospreay because there's a whole conversation out there apparently.
Oh, once we get to Collision, that's where it gets good.
Oh yeah, like what AEW's been doing a lot is they're letting all these like little things go into weeks. Like, you know how before, and like on most TV shows, usually if someone is hurt on in wrestling, it's really only for that match, and then after that it's kind of whatever, right? For the most part in American wrestling, they're doing that thing now where these lingering things are actually going to be able to go on. So like you were saying, that injury to Brody's arm is going to help whoever is going to be facing Brody King I know it's Monday. Everyone already knows who it is, but we're going through the show. We got to build some suspense, right? Whoever's going to be wrestling Brody next week, they have something that they can target. But we'll see who is going to be after the main event.
Yeah, we'll get to see who it's going to be because, Brody comes to the ring himself. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, really good match. I like Blackheart. Like I was a little iffy on it before. Like I've seen it once or twice in on like some independent shows and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in on it now. On it now. As much as I'm not like into like the spooky gimmick, I'm not that kind of guy. This is pretty good.
Well, this is a toned down version of what he was doing in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was coughing up like the black blood, the black mist, and stuff like that.
Yeah, we haven't seen like body paint or anything like that yet either. So
yeah, like there was two people that did it. It was him and Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah,
they both did it. Like yeah, so yeah, that's pretty good.
We'll see how far the Blackheart goes, but it seems like a lot of people are talking about it either way, right? Like I've seen people who are like, "Oh, this freaks me out," and some people are like, "Oh, this is great." Leo Rush has been talked about a lot now, more than he has in a long time. So
yeah,
no matter what, it's working.
Yeah, it's working. He did something right, and he's on TV like way more now, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And as you guys know, Tony Khan is a numbers-based guy. So if he saw somebody ping the ratings every time they show up, they're going to be on TV every week. That's what happened with Swerve, right? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think it's really cool. Really cool. Let's see. Well, we had two other segments after this. Go through those really quick. Tommaso Ciampa. It was pretty much that backstage is like, hey, I'm ready to wrestle. I'm ready to go for the best, the biggest prize in all of professional wrestling, which is AEW World Championship. And he's pretty much saying, I'm gonna go out and wrestle. That's what he's like. I'm ready. I'm ready to wrestle. I'm more ready than you've ever seen me. So, and his final question is the question we all been asking. He's like, hey, why don't you ask Darby Allin? Do you want this more than I need it? Do you want it more than I need it? So, there was that. There was, it was short and sweet. We had Cope, and he made a challenge to FTR. And the challenge was, if FTR beats Cope and Cage on the next pay-per-view, Cope and Cage retire as a tag team. Oh? They retire as a tag team.
Can I ask you a question, Proffitt?
What's up?
Let me know if I'm crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like to me, Adam Copeland ain't really got the audience like that. Because I don't know, I could just be going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But it felt like watching his promo segment and watching all of these segments, he don't really, especially when he's in front of the crowd, he don't really got the crowd too much.
Yeah.
Like, am I tripping? Or is that like a thing?
It might be a thing. I don't, I think that, I think he would have them more if he was wrestling more every week, right? Like he was. He was on TV damn near every week before.
Yeah.
Now he's kind of like here and there. I think he would have people more if he was more present, is pretty much what I'm saying.
Yeah. I don't know what struck it this week, but when I was watching this segment about him making the challenge, because like he was backstage, right? So like he wasn't even in front of the crowd, but it felt like usually AEW crowds, even with backstage segments, you could hear like the oh stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Like we barely got any of that, and it feels like that's been happening a lot lately with Copeland.
Yeah, sometimes they block it out. It depends if it was a pre-tape segment too. Yeah, I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I this could just be me. Like I said, it just felt. I've been feeling this way for like a few weeks now too.
Mm-hmm.
That it just doesn't feel like Copeland has the audience. Like,
yeah,
it's funny. I don't know how to like fully explain it. Maybe I'll take some time and think about it for next week's episode. But yeah, it doesn't feel like Copeland has the audience. Cage does. Christian and Christian's been gone also. Like, Christian's been gone for a long time too, but he's been around longer in AEW.
Mm-hmm.
But it just feels like Cope. I don't know. It just feels like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like Cope doesn't really belong right now. But I think we'll talk about that. I'll get like my thoughts together properly, and I'll think about it more next week. Because we're gonna for sure have a Copeland segment next week, and then I'm gonna really pay attention to see it, like how the crowd fares on that.
Yeah, I think Cope has the crowd the most when he's wrestling, right? When he's doing his thing, right? When he's doing his promos and he's going out there wrestling, doing his thing, people love it. Christian Cage, on the other hand, it doesn't matter what he does. He's going to have the crowd. Whether he's wrestling or he is just flat out talking shit about somebody. It doesn't matter.
It's so great.
Either way, it's, Cage is going to have you. He doesn't necessarily have to wrestle to get you. But Cope, I think he's the one that actually has to like be in the ring all the time for people to, for him to get more reaction from the people. At least that's how I feel.
Yeah, we'll see. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be really watching whatever segment he has this week to see if I'm just off base, or maybe I might just be putting my feelings onto other people, because right now I am not fully into Copeland right now, like I was before.
Yeah. Yeah. I can see it though. I see what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. Someone's gonna get mad at me for saying it too. I know it.
Whatever.
Like, how dare he's a legend? Like, bro. I mean, yeah. Well, he's a legend.
Yeah.
WWE. That shit don't really matter in AEW too much. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, it just doesn't as much.
Like, are you gonna tell me that shit with Jeff Hardy and when Jeff Hardy was in AEW? No. I don't give a shit if he was a legend.
Yeah, no. The reason Jeff Hardy was doing well when he was doing well in AEW, he was wrestling his ass off.
Yeah.
Right? So, different audience, different strokes. I don't know. Like I said, I might just be like putting my feelings onto this, but like I said, I'm gonna pay attention like extra hard next week to see if I'm tripping or not. I might be tripping. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So, after those two quick segments, we had a great women's match. We had Hikaru Shida versus Mina Shirakawa. And yeah, it started out kind of slow. And then they beat the hell out of each other. That's like the best summary I can give. It started out slow, and then they sped up and just started beating the hell out of each other. There was one point where Shida did almost look like almost like a pile driver on the side of the apron to Mina Shirakawa. And I know Mina's head got hit. I know she hit her head on the side of the ring when Shida dropped down. That shit looked like it hurt. And actually, it looked like it hurt both of them because she pushed Mina in the ring and was like, my knee. Let's see. Shida towards the end of the match was going for the kendo stick, and Mina got the kendo stick instead. She raced over and got the kendo stick. Chris Statlander jumped up and snatched the kendo stick away, and Shida immediately nailed her with a knee. I think it was like the third knee she nailed her with.
Oh yeah.
And then immediately picked her up, hit that Falcon Arrow, got that pin. Stat and Shida were all happy, and Mina was laid out. But throughout that match, Mina worked Shida's leg, and there was a camera angle of when Mina did that drop kick to the back of Shida's leg. I was like, shit! Whew. And even Excalibur was like, yeah, we usually don't see that angle.
Shit looks awful, bro. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. A little bit to the left, and that knee is snapped.
Oh, yeah.
your knee is dead.
It would have been in the 15th row.
Whew. And then that dragon screw on the outside was also nasty. That was some nasty business going on. But yeah, Shida pulled it out. It was a fun match to watch. Those two, yeah, they were beating the hell out of each other. If we got like 5 more minutes, I think they would have went even more crazy. But yeah, for what it was a good match. What did you think, man?
This was straight up one of the best women's matches we've had on AEW TV in a long time.
Yeah.
Straight up, like it's I guess it makes sense, right? Shida is like the female ace. People forget that because she was gone for so long.
Yeah.
And then Mina has improved so much, even from being in AEW, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Mina as a wrestler, Stardom, she was good, right? She was good in Stardom, but she's leveled up so much since being in AEW.
Yeah.
Also, we're about to get the nastiest like official Shida heel turn next week, bro. Like, it's gonna. Oh, I cannot wait. This is gonna rival the Mariah May heel turn on Toni Storm that Shida's about to do to Stat, bro. I cannot wait to see that.
Oh man, but this one we can all. Well, the other one we could see coming too, but this one we knew from the start it was gonna happen.
Yeah, she's technically a heel now, right? But she's still getting cheered, still doing her thing. We gonna get that official, like, that thing that turns her officially heel next week, and I cannot wait to see it. I want to see what she's gonna do.
Yeah, we're gonna get Yakuza Shida.
God, I can't wait. Oh my God, the division needed more heels, right? Because right now it feels like Triangle of Madness is like the only like top heels right now.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, it doesn't help that like a lot of women aren't on TV to begin with.
Right. It's like between them and Divine Dominion, right?
Fucking, I ain't booing Divine Dominion, bro.
Yeah, no one's booing Divine Dominion. No one's gonna boo them.
you might as well just make them faces at this point, because I am not booing them. The crowd ain't booing them.
No.
Like,
No,
I literally forgot that they were heels until you said it. To be, I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Well, they don't even. They just win by beating the shit out of you. That's
Awesome.
They're the female road warriors, pretty much.
It's pretty great.
They just go in, beat the hell out of you, leave.
Yeah, I'm not booing that. You kidding me? No.
No one's booing Divine Dominion. No one.
That's why, like I said, I completely forgot they were heels. Technically, like if you have to put like the face heel tweener thing on like paper, they are technically heels, but
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they don't cheat. That's the thing. They don't cheat. They don't do anything. They just come in and just win.
yeah, they dominate. That's all they do.
Yeah.
So really, the only people that you have in the women's division that are on TV consistently that are heels are Triangle of Madness, right? That actually like act like generic heels are Triangle of Madness.
Mm-hmm.
So you need more in that division. Like we need more in the division to begin with, just in general, right? Like you have so many women signed. That's a whole other thing I'll talk about on Collision. But yeah, we need this dynamic. And Shida's guaranteed top heel. Like boom, as soon as this heel turn officially happens, where she like hits Shida with the kendo stick, or hits a Stat with the kendo stick,
Mm-hmm.
automatically top heel in the division.
Yeah. Like the only person they can, bring back that'll be heel immediately. I hope she never comes back though. And you know who I'm talking about.
People think she is off of that thing that Willow said on Collision.
Yeah.
But we'll talk about that when we get there too. I don't think it's her. I don't think she's coming back.
Yeah. Ugh. All right. Yeah. No. God no. If she does, I hope she leveled up her wrestling to the level that it needs to be in the women's division.
She ain't been wrestling.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. God
We're talking about, if y'all don't know, we're talking about Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Yeah.
It just, again, I want y'all to know. Also, if you're watching the video, me and Proffitt don't have cameras, so we can't see each other. We knew immediately who it was.
Mm-hmm.
We just knew. So.
Yeah. No. Like, get out of here. Get out of here.
I wouldn't mind if she came back, but she definitely has to improve. Like, she has to. So, that's the only way that she can come back. She can't come back on the stuff that she was on before. Like, she just can't.
No, she can't be hot-shotted to a world title. That's the thing. No.
God,
maybe, work up to get to the, like, TBS title and do some work there. Or, if we don't... split the ring time, so maybe get a tag partner or something. And
You do need people in the tag division, but I mean, no one even like. I'm not gonna say no one likes her because I don't know. I don't know what's going on back there.
yeah,
But it feels like a lot of people ain't really fans of her currently. So who
Yeah.
knows?
so like maybe throw in the tag division. Just no hot shot to world title. No.
But that means she would have to potentially. Well, she wouldn't. Whoever she is, she wouldn't beat Divine Dominion, so we don't have to worry about that.
No.
They would wrestle whoever would beat them, the face team that would beat them for the tag titles. But I feel like Divine Dominion's gonna have them titles until at least the end of the year, probably.
Yeah, and shit, Megan Bain went back to Japan and she was just wrestling.
Yeah, she wrestled Shuri.
Yeah, she wrestled Shuri.
I have to watch the show. This is an aside. I'm not gonna stay on here too long. I'm sick of how Stardom does their pay-per-views, bro. Because I couldn't tell if there was like English commentary on the All Star Grand Queendom thing.
Yeah.
The pay-per-view. So I didn't buy it. I want to watch the show.
Right. Yeah, they kind of need to update their thing, kind of like how New Japan did. Because New Japan had the same problem for a little bit. They did have English commentary, but they would never let you know that they had English commentary.
It's frustrating, bro. Like it's just frustrating. Like I really want to watch it. So there's a lot on that show, on that Queendom card that I really wanted to watch that I haven't been able to watch yet. That match, Shuri and Megan Bain being one of them. Shuri's one of my favorite wrestlers. People know that at this point. I can't watch the fucking show because I want to watch it in English. I gotta wait till I hear from Walker Stewart to see if he did the show. If he did, I'm gonna buy it. If not, I'll just wait to see when I can get it.
Yep.
That's all I have for that.
That's all. All right. Okay. So, again, we have 2 quick little segments. They're not even really segments. They're more like previews, right? So here's to the only match at Double or Nothing. It's going to fill up 2 hours of the card, which is Okada versus Takeshita. They're showing some highlights and, what's happened, the story so far, the past, 2 years that this has been going on, leading up to this point. And then after that, we have the 10-man tag set for Collision, which I was actually pretty happy about, because one of the questions we asked on the Dynasty show was, where were the dogs going? Well, we pretty much found out, and they pretty much laid out 3 tag teams. Well, we'll say 3.5 tag teams by themselves.
Yeah.
They beat the hell out of the Young Bucks, and then they beat the hell out of all the Rascals. So, which is going to lead to the 10-man tag with the Rascals and the Young Bucks against David Finlay, Connors of the Dogs, and Claudio Garcia and Wheeler Yuta of the Death Riders. So that's a neat matchup, and I'm glad to see the Dogs in there.
Yeah, same.
Now one of the matches of the night, and one of those storytelling matches of the night. Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, did I say storytelling? It's going to be.
I was told AEW don't do that.
Oh, yeah, you're wrong. And they're wrong. Mark Davis versus Will Ospreay. Now, this match, hey, you guys gotta watch this match. Mark Davis, Dunkzilla, was dunking Will Ospreay.
I told it all a year ago. Yeah, everyone sees it now.
Yeah. And I was sitting there, I was like, you know what? And, this guy needs to, Mark Davis needs to be TNT champ at some point. At some point, he needs to be TNT champ. I'm not saying right now, but at some point he does. And let him go in and just go and beat the hell out of everybody. Just go on a tear. Just destroy people. Yeah, Mark Davis is the shit. But it was the back and forth. Will Ospreay would do a few things. Mark Davis would try to break his neck. That's how this match went. Mark Davis did everything he could to try to break Will Ospreay's neck. Eventually, he beat Ospreay so bad, that Ospreay got rolled out of the ring. Well, rolled out of the ring, and uh, he couldn't get back in. The doctor pretty much stopped the match. And Don Callis got up and he was like, "Hey, hey, get him, get him." Mark Davis picks up Will Ospreay and is about to pile drive him once again. And then you see Marina Shafir pop up on the apron. Like, oh. And then you see Jon Moxley right behind Mark Davis. Mark Davis is still thinking about pile driving Will Ospreay, though. He's still thinking about it. He's like, I could pile drive him and then fight Moxley, maybe. But the rest of the Death Riders showed up. And once Claudio popped up on the apron, he was like, yeah, fuck this.
Valid. Very valid.
You're like, I ain't trying to fight that. Claudio pops up, the enforcer. It is like, yeah, no. He put Ospreay down, gave him a little pillow at the end, put him down, and then slid out the ring and got away. And then Claudio, well, the Death Riders roll Will Ospreay out the ring. Claudio picks him up and just pretty much takes him to the back. And then we get to see the aftermath on Collision, but it's some good stuff. But yeah, man, what did you think about this match, man?
I think this match, I was talking about matches that cement people earlier with Kevin Knight. This is gonna be that defying win for Mark Davis as like a singles guy.
Mm-hmm.
Hechicero was doing his damnedest to do the same thing that Mark Davis did this week.
Yeah.
He couldn't get done. Mark Davis just dropped Ospreay on his head multiple times, to the point where we had to get a referee stoppage, which people were asking the question. And Proffitt, I want you to know your thoughts, because I'm pretty sure we agree on this. People were saying that Ospreay is now doing too much. Like, he's selling too much now. What do you think about that?
No. What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, it went from a couple weeks ago for Dynasty, people were really mad at him for quote unquote not selling the paradigm shift and going directly into a hidden blade. But now he's selling too much with his neck, and it makes the AEW doctors look bad, apparently.
Yeah,
and I'm sitting there looking at this like, you guys are fucking stupid.
Yeah, you guys are morons.
He's damned if you don't, right? Like, we know Ospreay has had a bad neck. We know his neck is injured. We know he came back 6 months from neck surgery.
Right.
So it makes sense that he's selling his neck, and while his neck is getting actively attacked, he's selling his neck. But apparently it's too much.
Well, here's the thing. When he got hit with that paradigm shift, Dynasty, and he got up and immediately did the hidden blade, the part of the story that they keep fucking forgetting, right? He tried to pin Moxley after that, and he couldn't because his neck was fucked up.
Yeah, he stopped. He laid on the ground.
Yeah, he was laying on the ground. If he would have pinned Moxley, it would have probably been over. But he couldn't. The story of the whole night was he didn't pin Moxley at the beginning when he immediately hit him with the hidden blade and knocked him out. Moxley came back and drove back. And yes, Ospreay would come back and, and have moments where he could win the match. But Moxley did so much damage to him that he could not take the opportunity to win the match. He couldn't do it. Even if he put Moxley out, the fact that he couldn't pin him based on the damage he took was the story. And it just flew over people's heads.
Yeah, and people seem to not understand that Ospreay. How do I want to say this? I'm not gonna say this nicely. American wrestling has ruined people's idea of what wrestling should be, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people think that you can't do a lot of storytelling during a match. Like, the story has to be told outside of the ring or in promos. That's the only way that the story translates from that way. No, that's not how this is. So Ospreay right now has a bad neck. Everyone wrestling him is attacking his neck. Moxley was saying, look, fucking, am I going to be Ospreay? No, Ospreay's going to beat himself.
Yeah.
What have we seen? What have we seen since then? Literally Ospreay beating himself.
Ospreay beats himself, and everybody's taking the opportunity to beat up his neck.
Yeah. As they should. But apparently he's selling too much. But this was all part of that story. The story right now, Ospreay wanted to come back. He wanted to wrestle Moxley to get his revenge. It didn't happen. Now he's just like he did that promo segment with Kenny talking about wanting to be world champion, and then immediately was like, all right, I'm just gonna go wrestle all the time. Almost got destroyed by Hechicero. Literally got destroyed by Mark Davis, and then kidnapped by the Death Riders. We're gonna talk about what happens on Collision, but the story is there. The story right now is Ospreay is doing too much personally, not in a selling wise. Him as a person is doing too much, trying to prove himself too much, which is why he got fucked up by Mark Davis.
Yep, and that's one of the things Moxley says during Collision, which is so damn good. But yeah, and the other part of the story is how much damage he's taking from each match, right?
Yeah.
Because he took all that damage from Moxley and immediately wrestled Hechicero. And Hechicero was hunting that neck, man. Yeah. he if he didn't do, he did a ton of damage, and Mark Davis just during this match he just pretty much tried to finish him off. He damn near finished him off. So yeah. And the funny thing about a lot of people like saying you can't tell stories in the ring, but then are like, you know, fans of they say they're fans of old school wrestling and old school WWF and all that stuff. A lot of their stories back then were not promos. They were all told in the ring. Right? There might have been like one or two things told in a promo, but they didn't take a whole lot of promo time. It was a lot of wrestling back then. And a lot of times it would be something like, you know, we'll just take for an example the Iron Sheik, right? Yeah. The story of the Iron Sheik was no one could get out of, if he puts you in the camel clutch, that's it. It's literally it. No one could get out of it. So he beat like 50 people with the camel clutch. Everybody tried all these different ways to get out of it, and he would modify it, and he would still get them until he fought like Slaughter or Hogan or something like that, right? And then they got out of it, and then they proceeded to beat him. Or, you know, there was a story with like, you know, we'll just say like Jake the Snake and Andre the Giant, right? The only thing that was done in a promo was Jake the Snake damn near made Andre the Giant have a heart attack when he showed him a snake, because Andre the Giant was deathly scared of snakes. And they took the bag, the duffel bag one day, and then they just beat the shit out of the snake in the bag so he couldn't bring the snake. So that's what happened. That was like the only after storytelling thing or thing they did in a promo or after storytelling that they did. Right? They didn't do a whole lot of 30-minute promos like they do now. It wasn't like that. But people forgot. Well, they haven't forgot. They just didn't watch during that time. It's more or less they didn't watch during.
There's a similar thing going on with One Piece right now. Like the new arc is happening right now, and it has more of like a old school like East Blue feel. People were saying that they missed that, right? People were saying all the time, "Oh, I miss old One Piece. I miss old One Piece." You get a little bit of old One Piece currently, and people are like, "Oh, this is boring. This sucks." It's a similar thing that's happening in wrestling right now. Yeah. Like WWE specifically, and you have to say this, WWE specifically tells a story in a certain way, and it's like they have to be on the mic. They have to like coddle you into the story, right? And if that's your baseline, that's your understanding of wrestling. That's all you know. That's not ever how it's been. WWE's doing it in a really weird way, and it just works because Americans are fucking stupid. I'm sorry. The fact is a fact. Like a lot of Americans can't just read into things. You have to tell them things, which is why this Ospreay conversation is happening. Ospreay he's not telling you what's happening. You have to look and see what's happening, and people think he's doing too much. No, he's telling you a story. That's physical storytelling. That's what happens in wrestling.
Yeah, that's actually pro wrestling in its purest form.
Yes.
Like, there were times where I think one of the I think it was part of Dark Side of the Ring, where they talk about they had all these WCW New Japan wrestlers go to North Korea, right?
Uh-huh.
And, of course, that was during the time when Inoki was doing his thing.
Yeah.
So, the thing with Inoki was, whenever he went somewhere, no matter what, if somebody was reserved or not, he could tell such a great story in the ring that the people lose their damn mind. They lose themselves and they start cheering, they start going and all that stuff. And they were talking about in North Korea, everybody was silent until Inoki came in, and he had such big presence. And when he was doing the match, he put them through so much high and low during the match that the crowd that tried to be reserved couldn't be reserved.
Yep.
And the point I'm making is there was no 2-hour promo telling them about the match. It was literally all that shit was done in the ring. It was all called in the ring. It was all done in the ring. All the storytelling happened as they were doing the match. So it was enough for them to follow. And enough for them to follow and go up and be towards the end, go crazy and go rabid, cheering and things like that at the end. And I think people miss that part of pro wrestling is just the, in-ring. They always talk about in-ring storytelling, but they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And Ospreay is telling an in-ring story, like blatantly in your face, and they can't differentiate between the in-ring story and selling, because they keep hearing these old timers talk about selling all the time, which is a completely different thing.
Yeah. It's weird to see, right? Because Ospreay's doing such good work right now, and the thing that happened on Collision, Moxley is getting a lot of credit, like rightfully so, right? Because Moxley was the one doing a lot of the talking specifically.
Mm-hmm.
But I want y'all. We're gonna talk about it when we get there. I want y'all specifically, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're listening to our voices, I want you to go back and I want you to watch that segment with Ospreay and Moxley. And instead of watching Moxley or watching the TV, watch Ospreay the entire time. Just watch his body language, watch his face, watch him next time you see it, and you'll see that there is a story being told. Like I think it bothers me because I saw people like Meltzer were saying that shit too, bro. Like, bro, Meltzer's been around for fucking 50 years. You can't see what's happening. You think he's doing too much? Like, that's fucking stupid. You talk about it makes the AEW doctors look bad. No. On commentary, they were also actually saying that Ospreay barely got cleared.
Yeah.
So please, I just implore y'all, please, just take a second and just think. That's all I'm asking. Just take a second and think, and you'll be able to get it. Like, this is the most blatant in-ring story I think I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And people don't get it.
Yeah. Like, it just flew over their head for somehow. I don't know how. It is literally like the most blatant story you could tell.
It turned to Ospreay is now selling too much on his neck, and it makes the company look bad. Like, y'all are insufferable, bro. Anyway, that's it. The match was good. Mark Davis shout out. It was really annoying seeing that.
Yeah. I agree. So after this, we had Alex Windsor promo. She was talking about, Hayter's still not medically cleared from Dynasty, and she's still looking to, take down the Triangle of Madness. And she, pretty much didn't have a partner. And then Persephone from the CMLL Women's Champion Persephone shows up and pretty much says, "Oh yeah, she'd love to join her, Windsor on, Saturday on Collision against the Triangle of Madness." So that was a nice surprise right there, and I was like, "Hell yes, I'll take it." And then after that, we had the return of Samoa Joe, and I'm just gonna ask you, come on, guys, what did you think was gonna happen? I know we all saw Samoa Joe was gonna come back and Samoa Joe was going to murder whoever is in the ring.
Shockingly.
Creative wrestler number 10 got in the ring. Samoa Joe came in, destroyed him, and then left. That's all we got.
Sadly, we had to see Hook.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be a thing for too much longer.
I hope not, but I'll tell you what happened on Collision in a bit, and we'll talk about it.
Yeah. We had a little thing that was showing Darby Allin, pretty much all of the Darby highlight reel. And after this, we saw backstage Renee. She was at Jericho's, I would say Jericho's office, but Jericho's locker pretty much. And the Hurt Syndicate walks out, and MVP, he's like, "Hey, it's not personal, it's business." No, I'm like, "Hold on, MVP. You guys hate fucking Ricochet. It's personal."
Very personal.
You want to beat the shit out of Ricochet any chance you get. The way they went at him on Collision, though, yeah, no, it was personal. So, Darby Allin, we got Darby Allin in the ring. And he got his "You Deserve a Chance." And yeah, he was he was doing an off the cuff promo. I'll just tell you that right now. But one of the things he said he knows it's a 15-minute ride, and and when it's over, he wants to know who he's looking at in the mirror. So it kind of confirms what we already know. He's gonna run until the wheels break, pretty much. He's
knew that, but he should not be the one saying that shit, bro.
Yeah, he should not be saying that, right? So, we know he's going to go in, and it's probably going to be the next 8 weeks or next 4 weeks. He's going to do a match every week and he's going to get broken down every match, pretty much. And eventually MJF is going to get him, right? That's where we're at. It's probably going to be a 1-month reign. We already knew it was going to be a short one.
Random question.
What's up?
Do you think Darby main events Double or Nothing, or is it Okada Takeshita?
Ooh. I think Okada Takeshita is a bigger match.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's... Since that's the only announced match on the card, the one that they are clearly going, hey, look at this shit right here, right?
Look at this shiny match. You guys have been waiting for this for over a year. Y'all want to have this match for over a year. It's happening now. We're not even putting them in the same building anymore.
Yeah.
They're doing backstage promos, taped promos separately. You don't even see them together anymore. Anticipation.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but I think it's going to be Darby and MJF main event. So yeah, that's what I think. But I would love it for it to be Takeshita Okada.
I think it should be, honestly.
Like, that's like right now, even with those two, that would be the biggest match on the card.
Yeah.
But here's the funny thing. Okay, MJF was like, "Hey, I want my he's like, hey, all right, give me my world title back." Of course, Darby's like, "Oh, hell no." He's like, "All right, I want a rematch." And he's like, "Nope." And he pretty much told MJF if he wants a title shot, he has to put something on the line. Because, unlike him, everyone in the back deserves a shot at the title. So, wait. Hold on. I know that is almost the most heelish thing you could do, right?
I think so. Like, Darby actively saying... I understand Darby saying no to right now.
Right.
And I kind of get him saying no to a rematch, but... Bro, you just said a few minutes ago that you're fighting champion, right? Like, I fully understand MJF's a piece of shit, right? Was the previous champion. Not even gonna give him, like... I guess if you want to see it in a way, Darby's playing the game like how MJF does it. Because MJF don't just be giving people title shots, right?
Right.
You could see it that way, but at the same time, that's to your point. MJF's also a heel.
Right. He's supposed to do that. He's supposed to. He's the bad guy, right? Like, he's going to make you walk through hell to get to him and finally get a shot. right? And Darby's doing that to MJF. I don't think it's wrong or anything like that, but it's just like, it's kind of interesting. Darby's doing the thing that MJF would have probably did to Darby. He would have made him walk through hell to get the title shot again.
Yeah. It's kind of funny to see it.
Yeah.
Unexpected from Darby.
Mm-hmm.
But, like I said, in a way, it makes sense. Like, I get it, but talk about being a fighting champion, you don't even want to, like, entertain the fact that MJF should wrestle you, okay?
Well, no, he knows the truth. He'd get his ass kicked.
Yeah.
That MJF was like, that's a determined MJF, and that's probably like the worst MJF to go against, right?
Yeah.
Like, determined and damn near 100%. Yeah, Darby ain't winning. And he's prepared, so he's for sure not winning that match. So
we know we're getting it. It's just at this point, what is MJF gonna have to do to get the match?
Yeah.
And is it gonna be at the pay-per-view? I'm assuming so, like you said.
Yeah, but the scary part about it is is when Darby said you have to, he needs to put something on the line. So the thing I alluded to earlier in the podcast, where he was talking about, getting that TNT title shot from Kevin Knight. So him and Kevin Knight are going at it next week. Does he win the TNT? It's like, oh shit, he might be winning the TNT championship next week and putting that on the line against Darby.
Title for title? No. God, I hope not.
Right?
AEW already has a problem with, like, having champions go after other titles in double championship, right?
Mm-hmm.
My God, I hope not. But I don't know what else he has to give up. Because MJF ain't gonna be dumb enough to say he ain't gonna chance for the title again.
Right.
He's about to win and use that as collateral to get a world title shot. Oh God.
Yeah, but he might not, and he has to offer something else.
He ain't got shit else to offer.
Hey, he could say something like he'll never go for the world championship again, like Hangman did.
Nah, MJF ain't stupid enough to do that.
He's not stupid, so
he might say he won't challenge Darby again, something like that, but he won't challenge, like, ever. No, it's weird. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing we're gonna get MJF and Darby going back and forth every week because they're gonna wrestle. They're for sure gonna wrestle at Double or Nothing, unless something like different happens. Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like it right now. The only person who seems like he's chasing Darby for like an actual like pay-per-view spot is MJF. Everyone else is just talking about, hey, Dynamite, let's go.
Yeah, we'll wrestle you on Dynamite. But they're wrestling Darby where he gets his superpowers. What? A TV match on Dynamite. Yep. Go for it. Which, right after that, Ciampa's music starts playing. Ciampa's heading to the ring. MJF didn't get off the apron, or get off the ramp. And he's staring Ciampa down, talking shit to him, and Ciampa kisses him on the cheek, and then MJF is stunned. Like, well, what the hell just happened? And Ciampa's walking to the ring. And, gets to the ring, and then him and Darby have their match. Now, this match was actually pretty long. It was a damn good match. Damn good title match between Darby and Ciampa. Ciampa did not, throw him around like he's a crash dummy. Thank God. Instead, they just beat the hell out of each other. Yeah. And, look, Ciampa was bleeding like a motherfucker during this match. Like, almost pretty early on, man.
Ran that blade hard. He forgot how to do it.
He forgot how to blade. He ran it too hard, and that shit was all over the place, bro. But before they went to commercial break, Ciampa almost broke his ass, bro. He did that psycho driller off the, second rope down to the floor.
Yeah. And
he's like, fuck! You could tell he was hurting after that, bro. You could tell he was hurting.
He's like, this is a fucking mistake. This is a mistake. He was yelling and screaming. Darby just looked dead. He was yelling.
He was screaming at the ref. He grabbed her. Oh, God. Yeah, it was a mistake. Mistakes happened. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, they went through the match, and man, Ciampa kneed fucking Darby Allin, I think twice, did his knee. Darby Allin kicked out of both. Also put him in the Scorpion Deathlock. Darby got out of that. But at the end, Darby pulled it out, put the Scorpion Deathlock on Ciampa, and Ciampa taps out. And that was it. And but not necessarily it. Darby's in the ring. Him and Ciampa, they embrace, they shake hands, and then you hear Brody King's music. And Brody King comes to the ring and he's like, "Yo, Darby, with your permission, I asked Tony Khan for a match on Dynamite next week." And Darby shook his hand, pretty much saying, "Yeah." So it's on. Darby Allin, Brody King, main event next week, Dynamite.
Tony Khan. Got a set of balls. Brody.
Oh, that'd be insane.
Put the strap on Brody. You got some balls. Do it. It's not gonna happen, but you should. Yeah, man. That main event. This is one of those times where I kind of wish the podcast would have worked last week, because we would have everyone would have seen what we said, and low key we kind of predicted how it was gonna go in a weird way.
Yeah.
We're like, Darby's gonna do his normal stuff. He didn't, thankfully. Right? So this is definitely like this was the least Darby Allin match in a long time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what made this match so good. You still got the little Darby-isms throughout the match, right? Mm-hmm. But you didn't have Ciampa going like out of character, trying to like throw Darby in any which way. Like, he was hurting him in the way that Ciampa would do it, instead of just generic throw you into whatever or throw you really far type spots, right? So it worked out really well. So this is also the match that like officially like resold me on Ciampa. Mm-hmm. Once he ran the blade, I was like, okay, he's dedicated now. We're here.
He's in it. he like, wait. He ran the blade. All right, he's in. He's in, folks.
He finally convinced me.
He is now a sicko, folks.
He's not sick. It took a couple months, but he got it.
He got there.
Yeah, overall, very good match. And I do like that Brody's going to be challenging him next.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to be doing these every week, I wonder who is going to be next. Like, it feels like they've been building Roosh, because Roosh he's on Dynamite. He was on Collision.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe Roosh might be next. We'll see who's going to be after Brody. We know Darby's going to win. Somebody's going to pull it out. That's going to be a generic Darby Allin match. And I'm going to be here for it because it's Brody and it makes more sense.
Oh yeah, Brody King. He should be beating the shit out of him, but Brody hurt that arm, right? Mm-hmm. So Darby is for sure going to be targeting it.
Yeah, we'll actually be able to see like a difference at Darby, because Darby don't really do a lot of like limb targets when he wrestles. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
We'll see if he actually does it, and how Darby Allin limb targets. That should be interesting. Throw his body into Brody multiple times.
He's just throwing his body into his arm.
That's all he can do.
Yeah. Well, you see, like Leo Rush was able to get some licks on him, but it was like he had to make Brody like fuck up to do it.
Yeah.
So I feel like it'll probably be the same way with Darby.
Makes a lot of sense.
But yeah, now that we got Dynamite over and done with right now, let's talk about that Collision.
Man, we'll talk about these first two segments real quick, and then we'll move on to the goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Conglomeration and Stoke and FCR were backstage. They had like a little altercation right when Collision started. The Conglomeration was going to go out and have a title defense, but they were interrupted by FTR. FTR came out, and they were like, "Hey, we hear what you're saying, but instead we want it to be an I Quit match." So we don't know if it's been confirmed yet, but most likely we're going to be getting a New York Street Fight I Quit match. I mean, it's I Quit. We've seen Cope do the I Quits already with Christian. Also, this basically confirms that for sure when the title's a Double or Nothing.
Yeah,
for sure. Proffitt, do you have any thoughts on these two little segments before we move on?
No, not really. Like, them making an I Quit match, they're piling on the stipulations, which, for sure almost makes it, yeah, they're going to win it.
They kind of have to, right? Because, like, doing two straight the last 2 times that they've wrestled on pay-per-view was just straight tag team matches, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, to make sure that we have it, and to make sure that Cope and Cage actually have a proper reason to challenge again, they have to do this, right? Like, they don't have no choice.
Yeah, they ain't got no choice.
Yeah, they can't just do it. They just can't do no straight up singles match or straight up tag match, because at that point that means Cope and Cage should be in the back of the line, and someone else should step up. But now that they put their tag team careers on the line, it's gonna be an I Quit match. There's just stacking on stipulations, so we know they're gonna win the titles. We know it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just gonna be about how they do the run. We'll have to see. Right after this, we got the match that was supposed to open. This was supposed to be the very first thing that we saw. We got the conglomeration: Orange Cassidy, Roddy Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly against the Don Callis family. In this iteration was Lance Archer, Hechizero, and Andrade El Idolo. Overall, everyone kind of knew what was going to happen, right? Like, everyone knew conglomeration wasn't going to lose this to like this random trio of the Don Callis family. I don't even think these three have teamed together before. If they have, it was like once really quick, but nothing too crazy. It was funny. There was one spot in the middle where Roddy likes to like throw around Orange Cassidy and use him as like a weapon now, which is hilarious.
Yeah.
There was a point where Roddy took Orange Cassidy, put him on top of Lance Archer, and then Kyle O'Reilly kicked his leg out, Lance Archer's leg out, and they're just sitting there for a second. I don't think they knew what to do next, so Lance Archer just kind of dropped. Orange Cassidy just rolled out the ring. He was like, you know what? I'm good. I'm just gonna leave. I don't know what they were planning. I don't know what they were doing, because Lance Archer was already on the ground. Orange Cassidy was like on his shoulder. Like I don't know what they were gonna do. But other than that, it's pretty much standard match. Like, we got all the Andrade isms, right? Hechizero was doing his thing. Lance Archer was the one who got pinned because, of course, it was going to be Lance Archer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like, there was nothing surprising that. We got a nice little high low from Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy though, and then Roddy picked up Orange Cassidy and threw him onto Lance Archer for the win. Hilarious. Any thoughts on the trios match?
No, the trios match was fun, man. Well, it's going to be like that with the conglomeration. The one thing I'm waiting for is when is Briscoe coming back?
I don't know what his injury was. I don't know if it's injury or he's just taking time off. I don't know what it is, but
yeah,
it would be good to see him back soon.
Mm-hmm. Because how are you going to have the conglomeration conglomerating without the conglomerating guy?
Yeah, we haven't gotten like a word of the day from him for a while either. Like nothing. So
yeah,
we'll see. Next up is the segment that everyone has been talking about. The one that we talked about a couple times on here already.
Mm-hmm.
During Dynamite, as Proffitt said, Will Ospreay was kidnapped after he was saved by the Death Riders. So what we're talking about happened on Wednesday, right after the kidnapping. There are two chairs that are sat across from each other. Will Ospreay is forced to sit in one by Claudio. Moxley is already in the other one. Marina like snaps his neck, Ospreay's neck, a couple times, and he gets like a massage from Marina, and then he like stretches out a little bit. He's like, "Oh, my neck feels fine now."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And then this is what everyone's been talking about. Said, "Hey, what are you even trying to do? Like, what is Will Ospreay trying to do right now? Like, what is it that you're trying to accomplish? What wakes you up and makes you motivated in the morning? Right now, you're breaking. You're falling apart. You can try to force your way through this as much as you want, but that ain't gonna work. Eventually, that wall's gonna stop you. All you got to do is just be smarter. Step back. There's a door right there. You can walk through it. This is what I'll offer you. We can turn you into a weapon. We can turn you to something that Will Ospreay's never been before. So I'm gonna give you an option. You either let us help you, or, and then Moxley gets on the ground, puts his hands behind his back, is like, or you can break my neck right now. It's your choice. Do whatever you want to do. And then Ospreay's like looking. There's a chair that was left by one of the other Death Riders. The other Death Riders leave, and Ospreay's looking at the chair. He picks up the chair and then pushes away the cameraman, and we actually don't see what happens next. we know the Death Riders come out after this, but we don't actually know what happens between Ospreay and Moxley. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on this segment?
Oh, it was a it was a fantastic segment. Mox telling that it was pretty much asking him, "Hey, what are you doing?" And what it it's actual general questions people should ask themselves sometimes. What motivates you? Why are you doing this? And what are you going towards? Or are you trying to force yourself on something that you shouldn't? No, it was really damn good, man. I really enjoyed it. I do think the funny thing is, it's kind of I'm not gonna say a way for Ospreay to turn, because he won't necessarily turn in. Death Riders, they're not necessarily bad guys right now.
Yeah, not
They're kind of like tweeners in a way. Or, they're kind of the Divine Dominion thing. They just beat the shit out of people and just go and leave, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This, if Ospreay accepts, he is going to be a more aggressive version, but he's going to be a grounded version of Ospreay, which is going to be different. And the thing on the Mark Davis match is that's commentary the whole time. Actually, ever since he came back, they're like, he doesn't have to take all these risks because he's already a fantastic wrestler. He can wrestle on the ground and doesn't have to take risk because he's just that good. So, and that's kind of been the other part of the story too with Ospreay up to this point. Even in the Mark Davis match, they were kind of very blatant about it during that match. Commentary has been telling these other little nuggets of the story too.
Yep.
So I think this is like the last part before he changes his style. So it's not like him changing his style. I think that's what this is going to accomplish.
Yeah, I'm honestly with you on that 100%.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is we talked about it like at length before, but Ospreay's telling the story, and now that we actually got to talk about this segment, what you laid it out perfectly. That's the story that Ospreay's telling. Like, because Ospreay was already saying, there were interviews where we were talking about changing his style, right?
Yeah.
But when you think about it, this is actually like a really interesting way to do it. Because usually when people change their styles, like Swerve, for example, right? Swerve became a little bit more grounded, but he just did it, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is a really good way to tell the story of Ospreay being a little bit more grounded. Will he do the high flying stuff sometimes? Yeah, of course he will, right? It's still Ospreay. He's still gonna do it, but it's gonna be a little bit smarter. That's also part of the thing that Moxley was saying. Moxley was saying, you keep on running the walls. Stop for a second. Just take a step back. Instead of running through this wall, just look over. There's a door right there. You can walk right through it.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows how to do that, it's Moxley. Because look at the way Moxley wrestles, right? Moxley can take a lot of damage because of his past, but that's not all that defines him. He will grind you down. He will wear you out. He will find something that is your weakness, and he will use that as his advantage, and he will take damage to do it. But that's how Moxley is. That's the reason why Moxley won against Ospreay, partially, and partially because Ospreay, we called it. Ospreay was really dumb. He could have had the title in 10 seconds. He chose not to.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be really interesting to see how this goes, and I want to see how they're going to go about it from this point. I expect Ospreay to not have a match this week. He might not even show up to tapings this week, potentially. Or if he does, he's going to be doing some stuff in the back to for whatever, right? But I fully expect that, like you said, we're going to see Ospreay slow down and become the best version of Ospreay that we saw. I think we're going to see him turn back into the Commonwealth Kingpin. Because if y'all know anything about New Japan, when Ospreay came back from his last neck injury, he wasn't flying around as much in New Japan. He was healing it the fuck up. He was an asshole. So when he came back, when he finally was able to beat Okada, he was an asshole. And he switched up his style a little bit more for American audiences, right? He kind of went back to more. He was more hybrid-y. He was still flying, not as much as he was in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
I fully see Commonwealth Kingpin coming back. Now the question, like you said, Is it going to be like a face dynamic or a heel dynamic? I don't see Ospreay turning, but we'll see. It's possible. It's very possible. We don't know. We'll find out in the next coming weeks.
Yeah. Well, he can do it without turning, right?
Yeah.
Because you can be a more aggressive wrestler, just not you don't have to necessarily be, heel like, right? Yeah. You can just be more, you could be like what Bryan Danielson, for an instance, right? Mm-hmm. He has an aggressive style, but he is not a heel at all. Not at all.
He tried to be.
He tried, but it ain't gonna work.
No one booing you, Danielson. Come on.
We're not gonna fucking boo Danielson. Get out of here. Stop it.
We called him a bully. We knew he was a bully. But
yeah.
We weren't booing him.
He was taking all that pent up rage from WWE and kicking the shit out of everybody else when he came to AEW. That's all it was.
That's it.
That's all it was. He was a bully, but he wasn't. He wasn't a heel. No one was gonna boo him. It's just not gonna happen. I feel like Ospreay is pretty much gonna be something like that, just like a more aggressive wrestler, but less high flying, and him being trained by Moxley and the Death Riders doesn't mean he's a Death Rider either.
I saw people saying that, like, oh, he's joining the Death Riders. No.
Like
Moxley was also saying, like, when they were feuding, right? He said none of this is personal.
Yeah.
Oh, if you want to wrestle me, you can wrestle. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go. Like, okay, let's go. Ain't nothing to it. You're the one making this personal. You saw what happened, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, there was a tweet. Callum Newman said, "Oh, he said, go ahead and leave us twice," and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh shit."
Oh no.
Oh no. Ospreay might have a problem in Japan when he returns in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. This is all. You know what? I completely forgot about that. He's about to wrestle for the six-man tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see what happens with Ospreay in both New Japan and AEW at this point.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll see. And also the door thing, the door thing that Moxley was talking about, right? Mm-hmm. That can also be a forbidden door, right?
It could be. Ospreay, see, because we know at this point, this feels like telling the story before Ospreay wins the world title, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to guess that we're gonna go through this. He's gonna have like a big revelation at Forbidden Door. And Forbidden Door is where he's gonna earn his shot. Unless we do like we could do the Owen again, potentially.
Right.
We haven't heard anything about that yet.
No, not yet at all.
But at some point, the assumption is Ospreay's gonna find a way to earn a shot at the AEW World Championship at All In. Now it's just about how we get there. And Ospreay doing this new style is most likely step one to getting to that spot, to telling a story about how he becomes AEW World Champion. Because if we're being real, Moxley was right. Like Ospreay was doing a lot of dumb things. He has been doing a lot of dumb things. Ospreay's been dumb his whole career. So now, you let him be smarter, use his brain a little bit more instead of just like being like more athletic and just a better wrestler than whoever he's with. Whoever he's against. It's going to be interesting to see how this goes. Something else that was very interesting on this episode was our 10-man tag that we talked about on Dynamite. Daniel Garcia, Claudio Castagnoli, Wheeler Yuta, the Death Riders, and the Dogs, David Finlay and Clark Connors, against the Young Bucks and the Rascals.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh boy, a lot happened in this match. I'm not gonna even attempt to do this. But what was nice is we got to see the Dogs pick up the win.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very hard-fought match. The Dogs got the victory. So this is a needed victory for the Dogs because Lord have mercy. I don't remember last time they won on AEW.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
Yep.
You have any thoughts on this 10-man?
The 10-man was crazy.
So much happened.
The second they rung the bell, it just went nuts. But yeah, I was glad the Dogs picked it up. I just want to see them carry momentum going forward.
I think we're gonna get there now. Now that Gabe's out, sadly, we're gonna They'll be a tag team. They got to work with the Death Riders now, so we should see. We'll be seeing more of them as we go on. We're gonna get some more. They're gonna start stacking up some wins.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm gonna hit all three of these women's segments together, and then we'll talk about all of them because they all link up together. Lex and Era was in the back with Shida, Chris Statlander, Harley Cameron, and Mina. Mina and Harley are not fans of Shida right now. Harley apparently knew enough Japanese to understand that Shida was talking shit about her, or she saw one of those Twitter accounts that did like the subtitles of what Shida was saying.
Yeah,
one of the two. Also, I mean, Harley did speak Japanese in the segment, so they were arguing in the back. Shida, Harley, and Mina, they were all doing a little kerfuffle. Stat was not happy, and Stat just kind of walked off. And after Stat walked off, her music hit because she had a match against Becca. Wasn't long. Chris beat her. People also shout out Carmella. I saw the little the Carmella isms out there. So shout out Carmella. Becca did a really good job out there. Got beat though. Like it wasn't long. We were out there for a few minutes. Saturday Night Fever, done. We were out of there. Shida comes out to try to congratulate Stat, and Stat walks by her. The thing that I forgot to mention is that Shida, during the backstage segment, challenged Divine Dominion for the AEW tag titles on Dynamite, by the way.
Jeez.
Which Stat was not happy about. Basically, right after Shida challenged for the tag titles, Stat walked out to go do her match. After this, we got the Divine Dominion, who basically accepted the challenge. So we are getting Shida and Stat versus Divine Dominion for the AEW tag titles on Dynamite coming up this week. Proffitt, what were your thoughts on the women's segments of the night?
Oh, I thought it was good. I think that turn is going to happen right after they go against Divine Dominion. Lord have mercy. It's gonna be a problem. And if I were Stat, I'd be upset too.
That wants nothing to do with any of this.
Yeah.
Like at all.
But here's the thing. So Stat pretty much discarded Mina and Harley. Mm-hmm. Right? And pretty much right now pretty much did the same with Shida, right?
Yeah.
The only difference, is going to be the other two are sitting around moping, and Shida's going to be like, "Oh hell no," and then hit her with the kendo stick and beat the crap out of her. And the thing is, it's like, okay, at this point, like as many people as Stat dropped, she pretty much did it to herself.
Yeah.
Like eventually somebody's going to retaliate, because like she immediately dropped Harley Cameron. Immediately after Willow and Harley lost those titles, yeah, it was done. Stat was gone.
We also have to note too that this is all still stemming from the overarching story about finding out who attacked Toni Storm from a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So like all this chaos that's happening right now is we still don't know who actually was the one who took out Toni Storm.
Yeah.
Everyone has their thoughts at this point. Everyone has their thoughts. Some people think it was Mina. Some people think it was Stat. Some people think it was Shida. Like there are a few suspects out there.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm on the boat that was Mina. Personally, that's where I'm at.
I'm gonna go super wild card here. I'm gonna say it was Willow.
Ooh, yeah, you never know.
Who is the most unlikely person to do it?
It definitely would be Willow.
It would definitely be Willow. And they left evidence of everybody in that room.
Yeah, they had so much stuff in there. Like there, the candlestick was there. Megan's there was a Megan Bain hammer in there.
Mm-hmm.
Kenny and Megan's shoes were in there. It could have been Kenny.
Kenny just one wing angels her in the back.
It could be anyone.
Well, if it was Kenny Omega's shoe, Riho probably got it and took it and hit her with the crowbar.
This is how we get Riho back.
She hit her with the pipe, man.
I am excited to see who's going to be. I am I'm not gonna hold you. If I told you I wasn't ready for that to be over, that would be a lie. I'm ready to see. I know they're doing like the long term thing right now. They're trying to build this out. I'm ready to see who it is because we know more than likely that we're not getting Toni Storm for the rest of the year.
Right.
I want more women's stories. We can have this one while we do some other stuff because right now it feels like this is the dominating story in the women's division. We can do that and Willow being the comeback killer. That we can do a little bit more.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who could do a little bit more and should have, Adam Priest tried to fight Roosh and it did not work out well for him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know how much offense he had. Not a lot, but that is creator wrestler number 3, so it makes sense that he ain't got no moveset, no nothing.
Hey, it's your favorite creator wrestler.
At this point, my favorite creator wrestler might be Becca.
That's the one creator wrestler that showed personality. They showed some promise.
Yes, Adam Priest ain't got a lick of personality in him. I'm sorry, I don't care what anyone says. We could put someone else here anyway. Roosh did that, and he got on the mic and says, "When you mess the bull, you get the horns," and dipped out. You have anything for this very quick match?
No, it was expected. It was expected. Yeah. Roosh murdering Adam Priest was expected.
Mm-hmm. Next, we had Takeshita spoke, saying that he'll be happy to take his title, and Okada is losing his mind. Okada's upset. He can't be the bully anymore. He was very okay with just bullying Takeshita for a year, but now that Takeshita finally struck back, Okada is not having any of it. This is our main event. Just make it the main event, bro.
Yeah, it should be.
This is the longest running story on that card. let it be the main event.
Yeah, it needs to be a main event.
Yeah. Next up, we had our tag match, our very anticipated women's tag match between Sky Blue and Tekla versus Alex Windsor and Persephone. I think I say it every time that she's on the screen because we barely get Persephone, but goddamn, Persephone is a goddamn star.
Oh yeah.
You heard the roar of the crowd when she came out there? We're like,
yeah, they went nuts.
Valid, I get it. And of course, she showed out why she is great. Same with Alex Windsor, to be honest. Like, Alex Windsor don't get enough TV time either. She had that dope match with Tekla, which is great. She should definitely be on TV a little bit more.
Yeah.
A few things happened in this match. Windsor was the one who was getting beat up first. Eventually, we got Persephone to get the hot tag. Persephone came in there, was cleaning the house. Then we got to a little bit more 50-50 back and forth. It felt like Persephone and Alex Windsor were going to have the win. But of course, what's the triangle without the third side? Julia Hart came out and hit Persephone with the mist, which caused Persephone to lose the match for her team. And I know we haven't seen that mist from Julia recently, but usually that mist, it be changing people. So is Persephone gonna be a heel? Is she gonna change up, or she be able to fight back like Willow did? Is she like that strong? We'll see. Proffitt, what were your thoughts?
The match was fun. It was great. Persephone is a ridiculous talent. Like, whenever when she has the Tekla thing where she gets on screen, she commands presence, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, the match was it was a good solid match for what felt like the short time that they got.
Yeah, it did not feel long.
It did not
feel good, but did not feel long.
Yeah, it was good, but it didn't feel like they got enough time at all. I would like to see it like. I think we're going to lead to Persephone versus Tekla. I think that's where this is going.
I can see it.
At Forbidden Door, probably. Not so Forbidden Door, right?
Yeah. I mean, we're supposed to be getting a lot of people at Forbidden Door this time, right? Like, we're build Stardom, CMLL, and New Japan, right? Yeah. And we've been building this New Japan story. Sadly, Gabe Kidd got hurt, right? But we've been building up this New Japan story since Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
For this Forbidden Door. This is going to be like the most, like probably the most story-heavy Forbidden Door since the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
You know, I was thinking something the other day. And I might be wrong about this, but Here's my thoughts on why Yota Tsuji lost that title so quick.
Okay.
I don't think he wanted to like fight in the AEW ring, period. And they have that partnership.
That low key wouldn't surprise me.
And so, like, since he didn't want to play ball like that, they're like, yo, we're going to put it on Callum Newman then. And Callum Newman, I don't think he cares if he goes either one. And then they can set up matches for Forbidden Door, with the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion being in the AEW ring at Forbidden Door. Because they did it before with Zack Sabre Jr., right? They did it like twice.
Yeah.
So, they want to get back to doing that and having a champion fight at Forbidden Door and, have their top champion take somebody on there.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Tsuji was on like the pre-show for Forbidden Door last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
In a really quick, like I think it was like a 6-man, 8-man, maybe 6-man. I don't remember which one off the top of my head now, but like very briefly, right? And if there is anyone who I feel like has an actual problem with AEW, it would be Tsuji.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't feel like a storyline thing when it comes to Tsuji. And I could be being a really big nerd about this too. I don't know. But yeah, Callum is probably easier to get to come to AEW, right? He was on a show a couple weeks ago.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
So there's potential there. Plus, they are telling a story right now between like Ospreay and United Empire also, which we didn't get a lot of on Dynamite, but that's neither here nor there.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a potential that it could be that Tsuji really doesn't want to work like in AEW ring like that at like a high profile match, because Tsuji's whole thing right now is trying to rebuild New Japan.
Right. Well, as he should.
It's necessary. It's really needed right now, right?
Yeah.
So and a lot of his stories with like foreign talent have been like the versus AEW thing, right? Like he's even said it in the backstage segments that he wants to beat every AEW wrestler that he steps up against. Right, so there is a thing there. It's very. I think you're not off base, bro. I think you might be right. Tsuji might not want to wrestle in an AEW ring in like a high profile AEW match.
Right.
Because it would be an AEW match, right? Like it's their pay per view. Like I know it's like collaborative and all that kind of stuff, right? But it's an AEW pay per view at the end of the day, so. You could be right. I think I'm with you on that, Profit. I think.
Yeah.
We'll see where the bill goes, because pretty soon, Tsuji's gonna be wrestling Andrade now that Gabe Kidd got hurt. So we're gonna see what happens. I expect Tsuji to retain the IWGP Global Championship against Andrade. I don't see him losing that. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see where we go from there. We'll see where Tsuji is placed.
Right.
Also, I guess to be devil's advocate, I don't really get to talk about New Japan too much anymore, because like New Japan is like very low key now. But Tsuji was saying, like, when Andrade challenged, there was a like little thing that Taichi said. Taichi said he doesn't want to see like the global championship being defended against AEW people. He wants to have an opportunity for it. And Tsuji was like, I commend you, but I want to use the global championship to show off like foreign talent, to show myself off against foreign talent, which is why he quote unquote picked Andrade after Andrade challenged. So
yeah,
we'll see. It's gonna be, now that you said that, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens after Dontaku, to see where Tsuji goes next.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Or it'd just be hilarious. He just suddenly shows up and he, makes me eat my words and is at fucking Forbidden Door doing an open challenge to anybody and get somebody like Kenny Omega. Who knows? Yeah.
I assume he's going to be global champion still by the time we get there. And that's like, I think Forbidden Door is like right before. It's either right before or right after the G1. I think it's like right before.
Mm-hmm.
So We'll see what happens. Next up, really quick, Jack Perry beat El Clone. El Clone is out here doing the Lord's work, bro.
Yeah.
Like, Lord have mercy. Like,
Oh, Clone is so sick.
God, bro. I kind of wish we would have had Hologram losing. Because Clone looks so much better now, and we haven't even had like the stuff with Hologram yet.
Yeah. I think once that match actually happens, Hologram and El Clone, I think that match in itself is going to be insane.
It's gonna be so good.
Because
So good.
I feel like Hologram's been hiding some stuff in the tank. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't pulled some stuff out yet. I think with El Clone, he's going to pull some shit.
I think you're right, and we're gonna get the actual feud once Hologram comes back, and I fully expect Hologram to be back, like potentially in like the next month and a half. I'm giving him like 6 weeks. I think he's gonna be back on TV.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's going to be on Collision, doing his thing.
Mm-hmm. But after the match, we had this was where Willow was talking about the comeback killer, and people think that that the next person to be coming back is Britt Baker. I didn't see that. I don't fully understand how people even got that. But yeah, Willow is probably going to be wrestling someone who's going to be returning. There's a lot of women on that list that can be returning, so it's not just Britt. But we'll see.
Yeah. Can we get Nyla Rose?
That would be great.
Huh?
Feels like we're never going to get Nyla Rose back on TV again.
Yeah. That one would be fantastic.
Yeah, it would be great. There are a lot of women that can be there. People think Britt. I was thinking Mercedes, but I was like, Mercedes should not be coming back for the TBS Championship again, unless she's gonna lose.
Unless she loses, yeah, that's the thing.
Because Mercedes should be, whenever Mercedes comes back, she should be going after the world title.
Oh yeah,
sure.
100%.
And hopefully the fans will get their heads out of their ass and start cheering her, so she could be a face while doing this.
Mercedes?
Yes. Yes.
I don't know about that.
Bro, time.
I think she's a way better heel than a face, man.
That's time, bro. Let her spread her wings.
She tried that.
Nah, let her do it again. Mercedes is allowed to have these missteps, bro. She will be a face.
I'll only allow it is if she's a face until she gets the title, and is pretty much like fuck all you guys. I'll be fine with that.
Nah, she's gonna be like that white meat baby face, bro.
Nah,
it's gonna be great.
More like at a level of Willow, no, not happening, bro.
Now I'm a cheer every single time. I cheer already.
Most people do, but she's still a heel.
Nah, Proffitt, it's time.
Oh god.
It's time. Speaking of time, we're gonna knock out these last two because these last two are not great. Anthony Bowens joined the Ops officially, thanks to the blessing of Samoa Joe. I think the Ops are about to end pretty soon. I'm pretty sure, or at least Joe's about to dip out and do something else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm good. Whatever. You have any thoughts on Bowens being part of the Ops? Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like he's just gonna get kicked out.
This definitely gives Bowens something to do, but I'm pretty sure we can find something else for Bowens to do that's not this. You can put him somewhere else. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then finally, we have our main event, The Demand versus Jericho and the Hurt Syndicate. And while I will not talk about this match, I will say that Ricochet has now beaten Jericho 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It's time. We don't need to do this again.
Nope.
Let the man move on. Let them do something else.
Never. They're caught in that vortex, bro. It's over.
Like, Jericho got beat 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
It should be over. Wrap it up. Please. Let's let Ricochet do something else. Let's let the Demand do something else. Anything else. If I watch Dynamite and I see that Jericho interrupts the Syndicate or Jericho interrupts the Demand or the Demand interrupts Jericho and we build another match, I don't know what I'm gonna do. You can't lose 3 times and expect something to continue. And it was 3 times like clean. Is it 3 or am I tripping? It was 3, right?
No, it's 2.
2. Okay, it was a 2.
So you lost that Dynasty.
The pay-per-view, he got beat up the week before, and then he lost his match. It was 2. It was 2.
Yeah, those 2.
That's still enough.
Nah.
That's still more than enough. No, we don't need any more. Let them do something else. But he got that shirt to get beat up by the man every week, so they're probably gonna run this for the next 6 months.
Yep.
Jericho should come back. But that's it. What do you have any thoughts on that match and Collision as a whole?
That match, hey, it was great to see the Hurt Syndicate back.
Yeah.
I here's the thing. I just want to see the Hurt Syndicate and Toa Leona and Bishop Khan fight each other. That's all this match did. It was why we want to watch that match again. Because those guys, that match was, that was the one match that Bobby Lashley bumped his ass off. He was flying all over the place. But, yeah, other than that, it is what it is. Collision overall was good. Had a great segment. Had that great Jon Moxley segment. Had, pretty much, it's a normal Collision. What can you say? It made a few stories go forward. Had a lot of wrestling. And yeah, it was pretty solid Collision. I can't fault the show.
Yeah, I like it. I've always been I've been a fan of Collision, especially over the last year, because Collision feels like what Dynamite used to be, with a bunch of matches, and they're able to put in a lot more storytelling now too.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been a really big fan of Collision personally. I know a lot of people want to move to Thursday or whatever, right? But no, I like Collision where it is. And y'all just remember, you don't have to watch things live. You can definitely wait a day. If you're busy Saturday, you can watch it Sunday. It's okay. Yep. You don't have to watch everything live. It's okay.
Yeah, we're out of that live age.
Yeah, you don't have to be there. So you just watch it when you can. It's not that big of a deal. Shit, I didn't watch Dynamite till fucking Friday.
I honestly didn't get a chance to watch Dynamite until last night.
Yeah, so just remember that you don't have to be locked in and tuned in directly. But Proffitt, I know somewhere where people should be tuned in.
Oh, where's that?
Our Spotify and our Apple podcasts.
Ooh,
that's where you can find us.
Mm-hmm.
You can find us anywhere. I had the transition, and then I forgot what I was talking about. It was Rover. It was raps. It was raps.
God damn it!
It was so bad, bro. I was right there.
You on the cut?
If you want to listen to us on the go, make sure you find us on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, or whatever podcast streaming service that you like, because we will be there. Just make sure you look up TAGPW Podcast or Off the Top Rope. You'll be able to find us very easily. Where else you can find us is on Blue Sky. You can follow the entire podcast at TAGPW Podcast. You can follow Proffitt at Proffitt, PROFFITT. You can follow me at Shikoku, SHIKKOKU. As much as we're not on there as much anymore, you can still follow us. You can still talk to us there. You hit us up, we'll definitely hit you back. So definitely just make sure you follow us there. And again, make sure you listen to our podcasts on any streaming service. There's other places you can listen to the podcast too, and Proffitt will tell you about them. Proffitt, tell the people about the YouTube.
Oh man, about that YouTube. All right, if you don't know, and if you're listening on one of our other favorite streaming services, which is Spotify and Apple, first off, thank you for listening on those. But if you want to listen to some of the other podcasts that we have done, I think we have over 100 podcasts that we have done on AEW since we started. So there's 100 or more. And not just that, you can listen to the old TNA ones too. But we have a whole lot. So check us out on YouTube. On YouTube, it has us from the beginning till now. And when you're there, help us out with this episode. Tap that like button. It helps us out. Comment, because I know you guys have opinions about the released wrestlers, where they should go, where they want to go, where you think they should go. Hey, we are for sure going to answer that and also talk about it on the podcast too, in the next week. So, for sure, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell button so whenever the new episodes of the podcast come out, they get straight to you. They notify you. They're like, hey, Off the Top Rope is up. Time to reserve a little time while you're running, while you're lifting those weights, while you're cleaning the house, while you're changing the oil, whatever you're doing. Time to listen. So, thanks once again, guys. And it's time to eat. So, we're out.
Peace. You got the button.
99.99.
Profit, you got the button.
Boop.